Hey YouTube, this your girl Foxy Queen 08 back with another tutorial. I am going to attempt to do the invisible part, but with a slight twist to the Quickweave style. I'm trying to protect my hair somehow, so stay tuned. Okay, so as you can see, my hair is braided up, but before I braided it up, I washed my hair, and I did a co-wash actually. You can look that up. And I lightly conditioned it. Then I braided it up. Now I have different patterns on my head, and these patterns are on my head because there are certain things that I really don't like about Quickweave, and that really bothers me. So I'm doing this experiment to kind of tweak it to my liking. So I guess the first thing that I don't really like about Quickweave is it kind of slips a little. I'm hoping that I might be able to conquer that a little bit more by having it closer to my edges, and actually of course having it on my edges. My goal is to not destroy my edges with this, but I really need this for this date auction for tomorrow. Another thing that I don't like the hard alcohol that people use. You know, they'll use wrapping lotion and they'll wrap it around or something. Like, when it itches, it's like you can't really itch it because it'll mess up. I don't know. It's just, I don't like the way it is underneath when they do it. So, I also am planning on trying to keep the least amount of glue on my head, like the least amount touching my edges and the frail areas especially. So now I'm going to show you the pattern of my hair. As you can see, the perimeter is kind of braided, okay? The perimeter is braided, so that when I put the plastic on and then when I put the cap on, I can sew the perimeter of the cap. This is why it's my experiment. So if you're like, why don't you just do a quick weave all the way, or why don't you just do... No, it's my experiment. So I'm going to sew this around the perimeter, hopefully, and then like put the glue on top of that. Well, put this and then put the glue on top of that. Also, you can see right here that there's two braids, thin braids that go back. This is where my part, this is where my part is gonna be. So that explains that. And then there's these two big braids right here. You can't really tell because my camera still sucks, but those two big braids are French braids. I French braided it because I don't want to braid all the hair, and secondly because it just lays it flat for me. And then in the back I sewed it all in upwards. Now this was a last minute late announcement type of thing that I just wanted to try out, so if it doesn't turn out, please bear with me. But I'm certainly looking forward, hopefully in 2 maybe 3 weeks when I take this off, to doing a sewn in with the invisible part. So I'm really excited about that. The hair that I'm using FreeTress weave. It's called Savor. I bought this last year from Hair Sisters, and it's a P4 30/30, so it's a really nice color. And then I'm also using Kanubia by Sensationel. It's a F430. It's a little different. So I have 2 packs of this and 1 pack of this that I'm using. This cost me, it's synthetic hair, by the way. It cost me $9.99. I think this was $7.99, something like that. I bought this at the hair store, by the way. And as far as, so when I do curly styles, I like using synthetic hair because it holds the curls more, but that's just my preference. But of course it doesn't last as long. Also, yeah, they're kind of two-tone. You won't be able to really tell because my camera isn't as good, but hopefully with the pictures. This one is more of like, it's really blended, so you can't see the difference between the 4 and the 30. This one. But with this one, you can definitely see like a streak, the 4 and the 30, and it really brings it out. So I want this one on top, and the 2 packs of this one, I want it at the bottom. And I'm also going to layer it. Alright, so stay tuned for the next step. Okay, now that I have sewn in the perimeter, all of this right here is sewn in, and then this is left out. So I have sewn in the perimeter of the cap, and remember, underneath I have the plastic underneath it. Now I'm gonna start gluing the hair. So this is the Kanubia, which is the synthetic, sorry about that, hair. I'm gonna measure it along my hairline in the back, measure it to right where I want it, and then I'm gonna cut it, of course, and I'm gonna put the glue on the weft. So the thing about, I guess different brands have different types of hair, because I don't know if you guys noticed the different tracks, but some are thinner than others and some are thicker than others. So it's just, you gotta, I guess you gotta get used to it and know the brand that you're dealing with, because if you get a thick kind, you might be out of luck if you're not able to cut the weft in half. Sometimes people split, it's called splitting the tracks. You'll literally take the track and split it so it could be thinner. And another reason why I want the FreeTress on top is because it's really thin. So I got my first one in. And basically, it's gonna press on it, hold it for a few seconds, make sure I'm pressing on it in a motion that kind of makes it stick, more or less. And so I got the first one done, and I'm gonna continue all the way until I get halfway. And when I get halfway, then I'm gonna start using this kind. Well, probably when I get to like 2/3, then I'm gonna start using this kind so it can have that highlighted effect on it. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so at this moment I am nearing the top, and now you might see this little piece sticking up. This is tape that I put on my hair to remind me that I have my part here that I want to reveal. So all right here is not going to be touched. Right now this is only a pack of hair in my head, and I think it's holding up pretty well compared to what I thought it would be like. So now I am making my way up to the top. I'm really excited. I'm pretty satisfied about what's going on with the hair. Right now I only have one pack of hair in my head, which is really crazy. But I'm about to start on the second pack of this. Remember, this is the T4. This is the Kanubia hair. T4. Oh, F4 Kanubia. So I'm just gonna try and get to like right here with it, and then I'm gonna start using my FreeTress hair. So far so good. I'm just measuring and cutting right now, and I have a big head, and I'm sure some people, when they do this, they can use probably just 2 packs of hair, or they can use just 1 pack of hair. Me personally, I buy enough so that in case I need it, you know, it's there for me to use, but there's no telling. I like full hair, and that's about my story right there. So right now I am applying glue to the track piece that I cut. Another thing, when you unravel the hair, be careful, because it tangles easily, being synthetic hair, and you want to make sure that you're not tangling it too much. And if you do tangle it, comb it out, because your hair is going to be a hot mess when you put it on your head and you try to comb the stuff out, because you're probably going to be combing out your weave too, and we don't want that. So it can be messy. Right now my goal is just to, you know, put it on right. I'm not really worried about it being a little bit messy up here. This is my first time of doing a quick weave period, so, and then it is an experimental quick weave as well. But just going along, feeling, and if I have any holes or any pieces that I feel like, I think it might be showing, I just add another layer on it and I'm all set.